Hello everyone, it is a pleasure to be here at GloCALL 2026. My name is NguyenThiHaiHa from University of Languages and International Studies, Vietnam National University, Hanoi. Today I'm very excited to share my research on a phenomenon we see in the hands of almost every student in Vietnam, TikTok. Specifically, we're looking at how the duet dubbing features can be transformed from a social pastime into a specialized pedagogically tool for B1 level IELTS candidates. Within the limitation of presentation, I would like to focus on the four main parts: context and rationale, research design, quantitative findings, and implications and conclusion. As we move further into the decade, mobile-assisted language learning (MALL) has shifted. According to Kukulska-Hummer, 2021, students favor small burst learning. TikTok fits this perfectly, especially for our students today out of the Gen Z learners. However, there is a gap between formal classroom instructions and the informal practice students do at home. For many Vietnamese learners, speaking is the highest anxiety component of the IELTS exam. By using audio-visual tools like TikTok, we can bridge this gap. We are not just asking them to consume content, we are using the duet features to move from passive scrolling to active multimodal imitation, what we call pedagogical framing. Let's move to the research design. The study addresses two primary research questions. Question number one, how do TikTok duet dubbing activities specifically impact the lexical resource and phonological accuracy of learners during IELTS speaking preparation? And the research question number two, in what ways does the synchronization of speech with multimodal video content support the development of rhythmic fluency and intonation? The researchers followed with 48 students of B1 and B1 plus level between 13 to 35 years old over a 15-week intervention. This was a mixed method approach. We didn't just want to see if their scores improved. We wanted to understand the affective shift, their motivation, and their cognitive load. Up to now, I have already finished with the quantitative research, and the qualitative research is now ongoing. And with the data collection technique, I try to use some survey questionnaires in combination with the performance benchmark, interviews, and classroom observation, and also try to give the students some feedback so that with a holistic pedagogical evaluation to evaluate both skill acquisitions and learner motivation, anxiety, and cognitive load effects. Okay, so what did the student actually do? We curated specific TikTok duet tasks. If you look at the screenshot on the left, you will see Luyện Dạo Chuẩn B1, B1 standard voice training prompts. And the student would use the duet features to synchronize the speech with a model speaker on the left. This provides an immediate, immersive feedback loop. The tasks were kept to 60 seconds to prevent cognitive overload. As an instructor,
This
my
weather
role
gives
was
me a lot of energy
scaffolding,
and puts me in a
selecting the
positive
right
mood. For
models, and
me, cool and
providing the
sunny days are
phonological
perfect for
roadmap
relaxing or being
before
active.
the hit record. And on the video clips on the right, it is a sample on the students' practice. And when they record it, they send it to
Brief
me,
sunny
and then I
silently.
try
My
to
favorite
listen
type of
and try
weather
to
is
give
cold
them the
and sunny
feedback.
weather, when the temperature is comfortable and the sky is bright and clear. It's
Crisp,
not too
sunny,
hot
crisp,
or too
sunny.
cold, and there.
Okay, so this is the very first quantitative findings. Okay, after 15 weeks, intervention, the quantitative shift was notable. We saw significant progress in intelligibility. Students moved from decoding individual words to mastering sentence level stress. Looking at our baseline data, the need was clear. Only 25% of our cohort felt a high confidence in a traditional classroom setting. Okay. Anxieties was high, and prosodic awareness, that sense of English rhythm and stress, was consistently rated below B1 level. And integrating qualitative finding was the techno-optimisms of the learners. They were highly motivated because the tool was familiar. However, we must be careful. While structured imitation tasks reduce cognitive load, unstructured speaking was caused stress. This underscored the teacher's scaffolding point. TikTok isn't a replacement for the teachers. It is a laboratory where the teacher's guidance becomes more effective. Here come the findings for research question number 1. We saw learners overcome phonological constraints. Problems with word stress and mispronunciation were significantly reduced because of the repeated multimodal modeling. And we can see just with the phonological constraint, with vocabulary limitation and strategy related difficulties in details. For research question number 2, we observed a fascinating speed-accuracy trade-off for fluency development across learner. Over the 15 weeks, however, the duet repetition helped them find the balanced rhythm, reducing the frequency of unfilled pauses and hesitations. So with these types of practice, we can give students an evidence of the idioms. Practice makes perfect, and students can clearly see the improvement from clips to clips. The next one, I would like to move to implications and conclusions. With pedagogical implication for IELTS speaking instructions, so students are engaged with social medias. And when we choose TikTok for the learning tools, students can feel that they are trendy with the digital tools, but actually when they can finish the task designed by the teachers in duet with TikTok, it is not a kind of leisure activities at all. So they suppose that it is to use TikTok, but in order to do this, they really need to master well some speaking skills so they can fulfill the task imitating from the sample TikTok clips, and then they really need to practice a lot to perfect themselves. And the second one is called the teacher scaffolding importance. Teacher's guidance is essential to curate content, align tasks with assessment, and provide meaningful feedback for learners. And of course, we really need to prepare carefully so that the clip's transcript relates to the topic they learned in the lesson, also for the speaking skills. And also, it should have the structures and expression that are equivalent to the target language focused. And with the affective factors in speaking, using TikTok-based tasks lowers anxiety. Of course, students will feel more relaxed when they can use with the camera, and also they can stop and practice until they feel more confident with their pronunciation and their language structures with fluency. And the next one, integrating digital practices by incorporating familiar digital tools into curriculum enhance motivation and measurable language proficiency outcome. However, we cannot deny some limitations. Okay, the study involved a small sample and was specific to Vietnamese B1 level IELTS learners, limiting generalizations. And also, with it is just like a sample group, and I do hope that in the near futures I can apply AI assessment tool so that it can reduce the workload from the teachers to give feedback and then to analyze uh, an insight for each student to practice, just like from clip number 1 to clip number 5, to see where they can make some progress, and also in turns from clip number 6 to clip number 10 to see when they have some progress, and then from number 10 to number 15, and also an insight from number 1 to number 15 to analyze students' progress and motivation. In the near futures, I would like to investigate long-term impacts, compare with other mobile-assisted tools and ethical issues like data privacy. And with the research conclusion, it can be said that duet, duet dubbing via TikTok can enhance oral skill when guided pedagogically, aligning digital habits with learning goals. Patience.